Welcome or welcome back. I'm Caren, and this is a 20-minute restorative yoga with a bolster class for relaxation. You're just going to need a bolster and possibly a blanket. And let's get started in supported child's pose. So we'll draw deep into relaxation using restorative yoga poses, which always use props to support our body, as well as some simple breathing exercises to calm the nervous system. So bring your bolster lengthwise up in front of you with your knees wide, and sink your belly and your head down to the bolster as you stretch your arms forward with the palms down. Turn a cheek to the bolster. You might recognize during practice that your body isn't fully supported by just a bolster, so you can find all the ways that you can vary these postures in my restorative yoga book using more props. For now, make yourself comfortable, closing the eyes if you like, and begin by noticing your breath. Feeling into where your breath is moving in your body. Just watch it without changing it. Give yourself permission to be here, to just practice this right now. Fully softening and relaxing your body toward the bolster and the floor. And if you notice a lot of thoughts during this practice, know that that is completely natural. Invite your attention back to the subtle flow of breath wherever you notice it in your body, without any judgment, just coming back to the present moment of breath breathing you. Now we'll shift the breath into a pranayama technique called back breathing. The majority of our lungs live in the back half of our bodies. We'll feel into that space as you empty your air now. And then take a fuller breath in and imagine filling up your whole back horizontally from the spine outward. Breathing into and expanding your whole back. And when you reach the top, simply exhaling and letting all of that gentle tension go. Softening down toward the bolster. Continue with this gentle visualization of the breath spreading horizontally across the whole back as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, an invitation into release, letting go of tension, softening the body. Do this without any struggle or strain, just filling up to a very comfortable capacity. Something that feels easy and effortless. Something you can sustain over a period of silence now. Use one last round of breath to release the technique. Once you empty through the exhale, let the breath return to natural, effortless pace, not controlled by you. Slowly transition out of supported child's pose by bringing your hands closer in toward your shoulders. Lifting up through your head, pushing into the palms, raise your chest. As you come upright, turn your bolster widthwise across your mat. We'll transition into supported bridge pose. Sitting on the bolster, plant your feet so that they're hip distance apart and the toes are pointing straight ahead. Then lower down onto your shoulder blades and your head. Open the arms into a V with the palms up. And ensure that your low back feels safe and comfortable here. So if there's any ache, experiment with where you place the bolster under your low back, perhaps moving it up or down as needed. Close the eyes if that feels comfortable. Sensing the release here at the hip joints from child's pose. Feel now the heaviness of the back of the heart and the shoulder blades on the floor. You could choose to stay right here. Let the knees and the hips relaxed. Or perhaps extend the legs long. Right leg long, followed by left leg. Letting the feet flop outward a little. If this aggravates your low back, bring the feet back in, or try readjusting the bolster underneath the pelvis. Notice if you're gripping into the legs in either variation here, and see if you can soften down even more. Giving over all muscular tension into the ground. Relax the face, the mouth and tongue. And allow the breath to feel buoyant in the abdomen. The navel rising and falling. Bringing the mind back over and over to sensation of breath in the body. If it starts to wander into thought, as it will, because that's the function of the mind. Give it an anchor with the breath. And that's the practice, just over and over, practicing focused attention on one single point at a time. And over time, this will lead to deeper relaxation. If the legs are long, bend one knee at a time and plant the foot back onto the floor. Pushing into the soles of the feet and bringing your hands to the bolster. Lift up through the pelvis, slide the bolster forward toward your heels, and drop back down to the floor. You might choose to again extend your legs long, keep pushing the bolster support underneath the thighs. Take a few breaths here with the pressure off of the low back and off of the shoulders, feeling more even on the floor. And then bend the knees in, planting the feet on the bolster, roll to one side. And use your hands to press upward sideways. We'll turn the bolster again lengthwise up one half of the mat. And this is where you might choose to use a blanket. As we come into a supported spinal twist, fold your blanket over quite thickly. This is what I'd call a double square fold. And sit on the bolster with your left hip. So on the floor, right next to the bolster on the left side. Let the legs start to drape to the side in 45-degree angles with the top leg cradled in the bottom ankle and sole area. That's where you'll take the blanket. Blanket right on top there, providing a little lift and softness here for your feet. This is optional. We'll turn toward the bolster, starting a twist action at the navel and abdomen, just a very gentle twist. Once you feel that sensation, lower down and turn your cheek to the bolster, gazing in the same direction as your knees, with your arms going wide to a goal post or even a little bit forward with the elbows if your arms are quite long. You can choose to stay right here with your eyes closed or make any other subtle adjustments so that you feel softer in your side bodies, your hips, and your ankles. Let all muscular effort go here again. Feel how you can just let go of the hug of the bones and let the bones seep into the floor, releasing all muscular tension. Let your energy follow that. A sense of softening and relaxing more and more with every breath out. Now let's twist to the other side. Bring your hands in, lift through your chest, coming up sideways. If you're using the blanket, keep it between the legs and just spiral over to the opposite side. Once you're seated right up against the edge of the bolster, take your hands to either side, twist first, then lower. Gaze in the same direction as your knees. Settle back into stillness and heaviness. And let your body be breathed. Watch as you become more and more relaxed. Awaken from this pose by taking your hands in toward your shoulders, lifting up sideways. Removing the blanket if you used it for your feet. Open it up so it's a small square fold shape. Place that at one part of your mat. Then turn around to face your bolster and turn that widthwise across your mat. Sitting in between the two, you can also do this without the blanket. Drape your knees over top of the bolster as we head into Basic Relaxation Pose. Lower down onto your back, resting your head on the blanket if you choose to use it. Open your arms to a V with the palms face up and create a lot of space in between the feet and the arms, away from the body. Closing the eyes here. Let's settle into stillness. And also practice a calming pranayama to deepen your sense of relaxation. It's called lengthen the exhale. Start by taking a natural breath in. And then slow down your breath out, letting it become longer than your inhale. Repeat that over and over at your own pace. If it's helpful, you could think of a count like 4 as you inhale and 6 or 8 as you exhale. Or you can simply feel into the exhale being longer than the inhale. This breath is deeply relaxing, but only if you practice without any struggle. So work within your own breath, slowing down the exhale to where it feels comfortable for you. There's no right or wrong here. Relax any judgment and feel your way into softness, letting go. Total relaxation. On your next exhalation, release the breath and allow the breath to become natural again. Staying present with how you feel, begin to move and stretch yourself however you like. Eventually, bring your knees inward toward your heart and roll to a side of your choice, resting and curling up into a ball. Take these feelings of relaxation with you as you come up to a seat. We'll join the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. Bowing the chin in slightly, honoring this time we spent together, and honoring all the realized beings who have brought the knowledge of yoga to us. Release the hands and welcome yourself back into the space. If you'd like to practice more ways to deeply relax yourself, visit my website, CarenBaginski.com, for lots more restorative yoga practices like this. I've picked out one that I think you'll like next, and I hope to relax again with you sometime soon.